So we turn to another national crisis that's cropped up, a really international crisis, I guess, on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's watch. This is the Longshoreman strike. This is the first Longshoreman strike in 47 years, almost half a century, of course, taking place on their watch. The head of that union, Harold Daggett, has gone viral over the past 24 hours for some statements he's made about this strike, about the impact that this strike will have, which he knows it will have, and also just for his demeanor and personality. The Longshoremen have had a long-standing alleged association with a certain Italian-American subculture. Some would call it the mafia, gangsters, goes back to on the waterfront, okay? So if you want to understand the personality of the head of the Longshoreman Union, I would say just imagine the love child of Archie Bunker and Tony Soprano.
These people today don't know what a strike is.
Right.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. And in today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
I'll cripple you. I want you gonna try to undermine the union. I want your family dead. I want your house burned to the ground. This guy, he's a tough guy. He is a mobster. Okay, allegedly. He is allegedly a mobster, and when he's been brought up on mobster charges, co-defendants, one co-defendant in particular, was found rotting in the trunk of a car. Okay, these are hardcore guys. This guy is not messing around. Okay, now the federal government could use the Taft-Hartley to force these guys to go back to work for a cooling off period, and they could do that, and the cooling off period would last several months, just about. But he's prepared for this. There's so much more to say. First, though, go to expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network at a cafe, hotel, or airport, you're basically inviting hackers to a buffet of your personal data. It doesn't take a tech genius to hack you these days. Even a tech-savvy 12-year-old, even Professor Jacob could do it with some cheap hardware. Why do you care? Because your data are valuable. Hackers can make up to $1,000 per person selling personal info on the dark web. That is why I trust ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN creates an encrypted tunnel between my device and the internet. It's so secure that it would take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to crack it. Plus, it's incredibly easy to use. You just fire up the app, you click one button, it works on all your devices too. You talk on your phone, your laptop, your tablet. Very simple. For me, I'm a little bit of a Luddite. I feel secure knowing that when I open up my phone, my computer, whatever, ExpressVPN has me covered. Secure your data today with ExpressVPN. Get 3 extra months for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. expressvpn.com/Michael Knowles Show. This guy is, as he stated here, has gamed out how this all works. And so what's the effect of this going to be? Well, the effect of it is going to be, if this strike goes on long enough, and I'm not even talking about 2, I'm talking about 3 weeks. If this strike goes on 3 weeks, you're going to have trouble getting your Christmas presents in time. Okay, for every 1 day this goes on, it's going to take 4 to 5 days perhaps to recover. This is a little side point too. If you want to get Mayflower cigars, if you want to get these delicious Mayflower cigars or Mayflower cigar products, you have to order them right now. I say this because we use these ports. We're shipping from Nicaragua. So these are the ports we use. They are closed. The supply we have in America is the supply we've got. If this strike goes on for a long time, you're not going to get your cigars. So I would just strongly recommend, this is just a little bit of word to the wise. We certainly are going to sell out of this supply, but if you want it now for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, whatever, order it now because that mobster means business. Broadly for the U.S. economy, this is going to cause a lot of problems. These supply chains are relatively fragile things. I mean, think about the shipment of meat, just to use one example. All of the waste that's going to occur because there are not places to store these kinds of materials, some of which go bad. This is really, really tough for the American economy, and it's really, really tough for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, Ben Shapiro suggested on the show last night, maybe this is all a setup. Maybe this is a way to give Biden and Harris a win, that Harris comes out and negotiates a deal, and it was all just a setup. You know, we know that this guy, the Longshoremen are broadly supportive of the Democrats. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, could be, I'm not putting it past him. Or maybe this guy's just a mobster who sees some weak points and wants to get more money for himself. He's loaded. And also downstream some more money for his workers, which is of secondary concern usually to union leaders. But in any case, maybe he just sees a weak point. Maybe this is his opportunity to pounce. Maybe the head of the Longshoreman Union is seeing exactly the same thing that America's enemies abroad are seeing, which is that America is weak right now. And America is weak because of our weak and clueless leadership at the White House. Maybe what this really is, one, if people take the right lessons from this, it could really help Trump and Vance. But two, maybe this is a harbinger of things to come. If you elect this woman to another term, maybe 2 terms, who knows, in the White House, you're going to get a lot more of this. It's not just going to be a war pops off in the Middle East. It's going to be your economy crumbles. It's going to be your national security is imperiled. It's going to be your border doesn't exist. It's going to be that tough guys take advantage of Americans. That was a great clip. Now hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.